Hello, everyone. How are you today? Today, we're doing a live practice session. And just take a breath before I say anything else. Just one breath, slow, all the way down. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. If you found your way into this practice session today, I want you to know that this is not an accident. Something in you said yes to this. That yes matters. We are going to honor it. And I'm just blessing the space with some frankincense and myrrh. Clean the air. I'm burning a lavender candle and a white candle. Lavender is to open up the intuition. Excuse me. It's to open up the intuition, the connection, the ancestral connection, the cosmic downloads, to be open to receive. The white candle is the purity of thought and mind, the crown chakra. Lavender is third eye. White crown chakra, higher mind activity here, purity of thoughts, a connection to the divine, however that divine makes sense to you. I want to ask you to do something, and I'm looking at my notes here. Before we go anywhere, I want you to feel your feet, both feet flat on the floor. If you can, feel the weight of your feet on the floor. Feel the ground beneath your feet. This is where we begin. Not in your mind, not in the history, not in the questions you brought with you today. We begin here in the body, on the ground. Good. Just stay there for a moment. And don't forget to breathe. We're going to take 3 breaths together to open this session. I will breathe with you. This is not a performance, it is practice. Follow the pace. Inhale slowly, all the way down to the belly. Hold 2. And exhale. Long and complete. Inhale slowly. Hold 2. Exhale. Let that one be audible if it wants to be. I'm always audible. Again, one more. Inhale. Hold. And when you let go, let that exhale carry something. Didn't have to be a specific thing. You want to do that again? Inhale. Hold 2. And exhale. Let the exhale carry something, not a specific thing, just one thing. And exhale, doing what exhale is designed to do. Release it. I want to thank you all for coming. I am watching the chat. If it's indeed something that I should say, I'm watching the chat. And again, for those that may have found themselves here, thank you for coming. Before we begin, I want to orient you to the practice guide, okay? If you downloaded it from the link in bio, it's also linked in the description. That is a flip book I'm showing you here. That can also be downloaded as a PDF. So take a second, a moment to gather this resource. You'll be using it throughout our time together today. Every exercise has link in bio. You can download it as a PDF. There's also a link in bio where it takes you to the flip guide, and you can save it as a PDF. Don't worry. If you have nothing, just be present. The most important tool today is your body, and you have already brought that. So here's what we're going to do today and what we're not going to do today. We are not fixing anything. We are not solving anything. We are not transforming anything today. Today, we are only looking. That's all. We are practicing the art of turning toward what is there and allowing ourselves to see it. Recognition. That sounds simple, I know, but it is not always easy. I know that you're ready for it, or you would not be here. Keep your feet on the floor. This is a grounded practice. The power of release begins with a single word: recognition. Not healing, not release, not transformation. Recognition comes first, always, because you cannot release what you cannot name. You cannot heal what you have not been trained to see. And here is what I have learned after years of doing this work with people. The hardest part of recognition is not finding what is there. What is there has been trying to get your attention for a long time. The hardest part is unlearning the habit of looking away. You know, your mind is a brilliant protector. It has learned to rationalize, minimize, and explain your pain so efficiently that you can continue to function. That rationalization has kept you standing. It has also kept you stuck. Your body has not learned to rationalize. The mind, yes. The body, no. It simply records. It holds what the mind is trained to put down faithfully, patiently, without judgment. Although the caveat with the judgment is our body, our organs, our system, nervous system holds the score. It keeps the score. The body keeps the score. This is why we do not begin in the mind today. We begin in the body. The body is the truth teller. And there's something else that I need to introduce you to before we practice. It will shape everything that follows. There are two kinds of things we carry in the body. The first is what I call acquired carrying, the weight we pick up over our lifetime as entities within a soulless 3D reality. Our own experiences, our own losses, our own adaptations to environments we move through, acquired carrying. This is the grief of the specific relationship, the specific loss, the specific wound that has a traceable beginning. The second kind, I call it inherited carrying. It arrived long before we had language for it. It was handed to us by the people who raised us, by lineages we came through, by the collective history we were born with and born into. The body makes no distinction between the two. It carries them both with equal faithfulness. Both are real, both kinds of carrying deserve recognition. Today, we are going to begin to distinguish between them, inherited and the acquired carrying. Not fully, that is the work of episode 2 in our live practice series. Today, we are simply going to notice that both exist, and that's critically important. We're going to feel where each acquired, inherited, where they live, where each one lives, excuse me, and we are going to give each one a name. And so here's what we're going to do together in the next 45 minutes. 4 practices. If you have the guidebook, they're outlined in the guidebook. If you don't, do not worry. You need nothing to participate in this live practice except your willingness to engage. So the 4 practices build on each other, a scaffold, so to speak. The first practice, we're going to scan the body and notice what is there. No analysis, just presence and attention. Second, we are going to then ask each sensation a single question. We're not looking for an answer. And you're not going to practice the question over and over again. You're going to ask a single question. Third, we are going to sort what we find into 2 categories. Not analysis, just sort. Fourth, we are going to give what we found in the sorting a single word. We're going to name it. And in naming it, we are going to give it the one thing it has always needed: a witness. Simple, profound. Let's begin. This is the first page of the guide if you have it. We're going to scan the body from the feet to the crown. You're not looking for anything in particular here. You're not trying to find something dramatic or significant. You're simply moving your attention through the body the way you might move a gentle light through a dark room. Slowly, without urgency, noticing whatever the light finds. If you have your practice guide open, the body map is on the first page. If something arises in a particular location, you can mark an X, simply an X, or you can circle it. You don't have to write anything yet. Just mark where the body speaks. Okay. I want you to close your eyes if what I've just shared feels safe. If you prefer to keep them open, soften your gaze downward, downward. Let your hands rest unclenched in your lap. And that may look like an up, or that may look like a down. Okay. You can relax in your chair like so. Begin at the soles of your feet that are flat on the floor. Simply bring your attention there to your feet. Notice, is there a sensation, a warmth, a heaviness, a tension? Nothing? Whatever's there or isn't there, just notice. This is not a test. Move your attention upward through the ankles, the calves, the shins. No judgment about what you find, just presence. Now into the knees, into the thighs. Notice the weight of your legs. Notice if anything draws your attention, a tightness, a numbness, a restlessness. Now into the hips and the pelvis. This is where many people hold what they were never given permission to release. You don't have to know why something is there in your hips and your pelvis. Just notice whether something is. And please don't forget to breathe. Moving up into the belly. Breathe into the belly now. Let it rise and fall. We're not up here. We're in the belly. Breathe. Let it rise. Let it fall. Notice how it responds. Is it held tight, opening, churning? Now move into your chest, the heart space. What lives there right now? Not what you think should live there, but actually does. We're in our shoulders, moving up to our shoulders. Up through the neck. Notice where you are holding tension. You forgot you were holding. Let the shoulders drop just a fraction, if they want to. What do you notice? Now we're up into the jaw, the face, the space between the eyes. Many people carry grief here without noticing it. Do you notice the sensation? Jaw, face, between the eyes. Now into the crown of the head, the very top of you. Place a moment of attention there and just breathe. And now, staying with your eyes closed or soft, gazing downward, bring your attention to the place where you noticed the most. The place where you noticed the most. Your feet, ankles, calf, shins, knees, thighs, hip, pelvis, belly, chest, shoulders, jaw, face. It might be a sensation, a tightness, an absence. Absence speaks too. A place that surprised you, one location. Bring your attention to that location and simply rest with it for a breath. Breathe. Good. Now open your eyes or look up when you are ready. If you are watching this or participating, where did you notice something? Drop the body part in the comments. I'm saying I noticed a lot in my feet. You don't want to name what it means. We're not analyzing. Just where. Now, return to the location where you felt something most clearly. If you have found more than one location, choose the one that surprised you the most or the one that feels the most persistent, the one that has more than likely been there the longest. Place your awareness there, not a physical hand, your attention. Just rest there gently. Now, I'm going to give you one question. And I want you to do something very specific with it. I want you to ask this question of yourself, not with your mind, but with your body. Direct the question downward, okay, into the place where the sensation lives. And then listen, not with your ears, with whatever is deeper than your ears. The question you're asking that location: how long have I been carrying this? How long have I been carrying this? Ask it now, silently, directed toward the sensation. Ask it again. How long have I been carrying this? Ask it again the second time, not pushing for an answer, just asking, focus downward. A third time, slower. Ask the question slower, with more space after it. Now, your body may have given you something. It may have given you a number, a year, an age, a sense of duration. It may have given you an image, a person, a place, a moment. It may have given you a feeling, a knowing without words. It may have given you nothing at all, or just a sense of a very long time. Whatever it gave you or did not give you, that is the right response. There is no wrong answer to this question. I don't know is an answer. Nothing, no thingness is an answer. Before I was born is an answer. My whole life is an answer. Right. What arose in the second section of your practice guide or your notes? It's not an essay, just what came. Simply just what came. A word, a number, a sentence, a feeling translated into language, even nothing, or I'm not sure yet. Write it down. Did your body give you anything? Drop it in the comments. Even one word. Even if you're not sure what it means right now. Hmm. Now we're going to sort. And please don't forget to breathe. Ideally, deep down in your butt belly, using your diaphragm if possible. You don't want to hold up in a chest breath. Try to move it down. We're going to sort. And I want you to be clear about what I mean by sorting, okay? Because this is not analysis. This is not explaining or justifying or understanding. This is instinctive. You are not going to think your way through this. Mm-mm. You're going to feel your way through it. Two categories, only two categories, okay? The first category is recent. What came from within your own lifetime? Something traceable, even painful, something that has a beginning you can point to, even if vaguely, a loss, a relationship, an experience, something that is recognizable to you, that is only recognizable to you and recognizably yours. The second category is ancient. What feels older than you? Not metaphorically, actually older. Something that feels like it was already there when you arrived. Something that does not have a traceable origin in your own life story. Something that feels borrowed, inherited, not quite yours, or yours, but not only yours. Okay? You got the recent in your lifetime, maybe a traceable place, but something in your lifetime, and this is instinctive. The sorting's instinctive. So something that's recent. And then the second category is ancient, outside of your lifetime. Okay? Instinctive. Okay? So the sorting rule. You're not required to justify your choice. And remember, we're using where we circle things in the first practice in the body where you notice. Okay? You're not required to justify your sorting, your choice as to what category, ancient or recent, these go into. Okay? If something goes in ancient and you cannot explain why, that's fine. If something feels like it belongs in both, put it in both. That's fine. This is not a test. Your body knows. Trust the first instinct. When you start to think after that initial instinct, that's the ego trying to figure. First instinct, okay? So let me pull up. I shouldn't have did away with it. Give me a second here. Um, oh, I don't have it, but I'm going to open the practice guide, okay, so that I could tell you. So we're at practice 3, okay, and there's a recent and an ancient on the uh, on the practice guide, okay. Um, and so if you open up the practice guide, there's an ancient and a recent column, okay. Take everything you noticed in the body scan, all of it, or the most significant things, and place each one in a column. It could be a sentence or just the word, or excuse me, or just the word. This is for you. No one is grading it. And if you need more spaces, create them. This is not a test. Everything is fun. Nobody's grading this. So we'll take 3 minutes. I'll be here. Sort. Put my timer on. Let yourself finish up the thought you're on, and then look at what you've written. Look at the ancient column in particular. Look what you put there, whatever it is. That column is the beginning of a map. Release mapping. It is the beginning of understanding not just what you carry, but where it came from. That understanding is where release becomes possible. For now, just look. Just look at it. You don't have to do anything with it yet. I want to know, how many of you found something in the ancient column? Drop an A in the comments. How many found something in recent? Drop a R. And how many had both? Drop an A and an R. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback. Every response deserves to be seen and witnessed. So, practice 4, the single word naming. Okay? Remember, these all build off of each other, these practices. The last practice today is the simplest. And it may be the most important thing we do in the entire session today. For everything you placed in your recent column, I want one word, not a sentence, not an explanation, one word that names the texture of what you found there, the quality of it, what it feels like from the inside. And for everything you placed in the ancient column, one word for that too, the texture of what has been carried before you, through you, without you choosing. I'll give you some examples, not to lead you toward any of these, but to show you the kind of word I mean. Heavy, tight, old, hollow, angry, afraid, frozen, tender, tired, mine, theirs, borrowed, lost, waiting. Write the words in the naming section of your guide. That's practice 4. One for recent and one for ancient. Take 2 minutes to do this. Is that me watching me? Now, I want you to do one more thing. I want you to speak your word or words aloud, not to the room, just to yourself, quietly or loudly, or at a volume only you can hear. Speak the recent word once, then the ancient word once. As you speak each one, notice what the body does. Your voice speaking the word changes something. The invisible becomes visible. The unnamed becomes named. And what is named can eventually be moved. That is what you just did. You just named something that has been waiting to be named. I want to hear your words right now. Drop them in the comments. Your recent word, your ancient word, or both. I'm going to read each one aloud and receive it. Old. Witnessed. Hollow. Witnessed. Don't rush. Don't do anything right now. Just speaking it out. Scared. Witnessed. This act of collective witnessing is the practice. Listen to that. All of those words. Each one is a piece of something real that just got named for possibly the first time. This is not a small thing. Actually, this is one of the bravest things a person can do. All right. So come back slowly. Come back slowly. Put your feet on the floor again if you're taking them off. Both of them on the floor. Take a long inhale and exhale. Let your eyes fully opened. Let your eyes open fully if they were closed or soft. I want you to understand what just happened in the last 45 minutes. You did four things that many people spent their entire lives not doing. You turned toward your body instead of looking away from it or just away from it. Turn toward instead of turning away. You ask it a question most people never think to ask. You sorted what you found without needing to explain it, and you named it out loud or in writing and let it be witnessed. That is recognition. That is the first step of this entire power of release framework, and you just completed it for a live stream practice. Recognition says, I see you. I see you. I know you're here. You're not unnamed anymore. And in saying that, in making the visible visible, you have now begun to reclaim that energy, the energy that suppression was consuming, the energy you were using to hold this down, to look away, to function as though it was not there. That energy is beginning to come back to you. That energy is what becomes available for your life, for your creativity, for your healing, for the work you came here to do. All right, before I let you go, your practice for this week is in the back of the guide. Yes, you have some homework. Um, I want to walk you through it briefly so it lands. So open up the guide and look at the back. Okay, every morning before you rise, before the phone, before the news, before the day gets inside you, one hand on chest, one hand on belly. Ask your body one question. What am I carrying today? And write one word only. Do this for 7 days. Keep the record in your guide, your notes, your journal, whichever one works. And every evening, one question before sleep. Did I add to what I'm carrying today? Did I add to what I'm carrying today, or did I set something down? One more time. Before sleep, the question, did I add to what I was carrying today, or did I set something down? Not a judgment, just a question, just noticing. That practice, morning and evening, one word, one question, is the daily form of everything we did today. It keeps recognition alive between sessions. It keeps the body in the conversation. Okay? Now, what you practice today in a group is the doorway. A one-on-one session goes into territory a live stream cannot hold. Your specific body, your specific history, your specific carrying. Until June 20th, 2026. Your first transformational resonance or intuitive psychic advising session is 75% off. New clients only. The promo code is Spring Surprise, all caps, no spaces. The link in bio. I see. Thank you for sharing that. I will see you next Wednesday for episode 2 where we go deeper into what we found in that ancient column today. So keep this information. It is a continuing practice. We're going to give the inherited carrying a name, a lineage, and a witness. Exciting. Come ready for that. So, until then, be gentle with yourself. You turned inward and you turn towards something today that many people spend a lifetime running from. That took courage, and you did it anyway. I am Dr. Akila Ka Ma'at. This is the power of release, and I will see you Monday for another live practice session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, grow the channel so these practices can just be available to all. Thank you.